Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Utze. Today's co-host is kaika87 from Malaysia. Hi Kaika. Yeah, of course, always a pleasure to have a co-host. So if anyone of you out there would like to come on here to talk with me about a game, match, or maybe even more, feel free to contact me anytime. I'd love to have more folks, so I don't have to talk all the time here, just me alone. Today's matches, these two right now, we'll be covering StevenChangTW, which stands for Taiwan, where he hails from, versus majkls from the Czech Republic. And later at 15:30 UTC, that's in 3.5 hours, Kisara from Japan will try to beat MTU from Poland. So for now, let's check out in which group Steven Chung and majkls are playing, and it's Group E of Q1. It's the first round. The winner of this match will meet Squalu or Squalus, I don't know, from France, or Loishi from Germany in the semifinals, and the loser will get a second chance in the lower round one. Okay, then. Stephen Chung, I just hesitated a second there because of the tonight, but yeah, you are 7 hours ahead, right? No, 6. It's UTC plus 7 over plus 8? It's plus 8. Okay, that's evening. Okay, late evening. Okay. Definitely Stephen Chung. He's way more experienced, and let's quickly check. Um, at least on BGA. This here looks interesting, like someone who has started a lot of turn-based games and then wasn't able to complete them. Yeah, but with these many peaks over 700, and I think majkls isn't a master yet. By the way, they should have started now. Therefore, let's hop into the game so we don't miss more of the action than necessary. So majkls with blue meeples, Stephen Chung will play a yellow. And nothing out of the ordinary so far. While this is running, let me quickly check majkls' stats. So roughly 3,000 games of experience. Top ranking somewhere in the 630s or 40s. Yeah, so far standard moves here. Nothing curious, I think, or did you witness anything you wouldn't have played? Yeah. Again, I have to find the YouTube chat, and now it works. Okay, Okay, Juan in the chat. Hi, by the way. Hi, Otto as well. Says the Carcassonne.gg page isn't working for him right now. That might be still a problem with the DNS. It should actually be resolved. But if it doesn't work, try a different browser, maybe try a different system, maybe your mobile might not be up to date. The DNS cache might still put you in the wrong tracks. And about BGA, yeah, just have a look at the server status page. I think it's boardgamearena.com/server status. If you want to have an impression of the problems which were happening yesterday. Nice block here. Or was it a setup by Blue? Yeah. Yeah. Very likely, and the lock would fit. Yep. This is an evil hamster. So monastery square that's completely closed around it. So going there would give you 9 points, but in this Steven didn't use that as he liked the prospect of playing against only 5 of Blue's meeples. And also it was the perfect defense for his city. Without the monastery on the right side, any curve would kill this. With the monastery, there is no more way in this game because both road monasteries are gone to kill this square here. And there are still 4 straights left plus 3 daggers, and yellow would even net a 5-point road on top. So if all these hit soonish, would definitely be yellow who should take this game. Meanwhile, they threaten this here. Still 2 right-handed daggers left. And he goes for the kill. Doesn't work. Blue defense. Yeah, you're right about that. Yellow limits this to 3 daggers, which I actually don't agree with, because there are still 3 out there. I think yeah, and they should, because then yellow needs the left-handed dagger in 2, 3 places even. Although the left one they might consider a dumping ground just to build this as a ruin maybe. The problem with the limitation of this here is that blue would also limit their field, at least on the bottom side. So we'll see if they employ this tactic. For now, blue limits another square to a dagger. This time it's the right-handed one. still 2 remaining for both these places here on the right side. And an additional downside of restricting the square would be that your monastery isn't easy to liberate, and blue is running short on meeples anyway, so I don't think it's a given that they'd go for the limitation. Now it's out of the window anyway. They get their road meeple back. And blue would sure love to get the dagger, not just to complete the city, but to extend their field as well. It's a rather interesting move by yellow. I mean, they could have still hoped to close that city, unwieldy as it may seem. This here, needing the dagger, which you already need for your other city. We'll see. And it's not that it's safe by any means. Blue could still attack it with one of the 2 splitters still remaining. History indicates blue will go for the kill or at least the block. Only 1 starting tile remaining, only 1 cow horse remaining. Yeah, Juan, you might be up to something there. Maybe yellow doesn't care about possibly closing the city, as these 2 meeples by blue are trapped anyway, and the farmer as well. But once blue closes the city, they'd be in a tight game, and I think yellow needs upside. They don't want to rely too heavily on later attacking a blue's field, for example, which, by the way, they could do as insurance. So if the dagger hits, they'd connect to the 9-point field. But for now, they have to take care of their meeples, and with only 2 in hand, I think a 0-point insurance farmer wouldn't be the wisest of choices. Yeah, quite likely. If this hits soonish, then blue has a pretty good chance here, especially if they are able to contain this monastery. And of course, the starting tile is critical as well. Yellow would love to get it, even if it only scores them 1 point, because 3 go to the field, 1 goes to the monastery, and they'd score 5. So there might ask me again when the dagger hits. The later in the game, the likelier my answer would be, of course. Right now, it's still rather balanced whether to take it or not, but the starting tile is gone anyway. and they just it's dead. There's no straight left, no starting tile, no crossroad. So this monastery is completely blocked. The curve just came one move too late, else Lo could have saved it. Maybe, yeah, maybe I even would go so far as to suggest this move. That's 1 point for yellow instead of 2 points for the road, but it takes away the open city cap from your opponent, and there were quite a lot, not these daggers, but the roses at least, and the starting tile, of course, blue could use over here to both take 4 minus the 1 point to the monastery, of course, but kill the monastery. And this here would take away these options. And when there's only one curve out there anyway, I think limiting this square doesn't really hurt in comparison to, oops, shouldn't try to take pieces from the field. In comparison to waiting for the curve or taking the cap here, the only problem is this cap up top. So your question was whether this orientation would have been better. Over here, yeah, actually, that one, yeah, and you'd create a secondary field. Hinges on the dagger again. And of course, the starting tile. But I think this would be more flexible than adding the splitter up top. So blue offsets yellow's Doritos by attacking a city on the left side. Maybe just taking, damn it. Maybe just taking 2 points and creating a bit more volatility by leaving this possibly 8-point city open could have been considered for blue, because they are still behind, but with a 75% chance to take this. Right now, 7 points city to 16 points, which would be a 9-point gain, plus adding a further 3 points to their field with this closed city. That would be a 12-point swing. They still don't need to go for high volatility moves. They still have other chances. The monastery is just dumped somewhere, maybe to elicit some sort of incorrect move by your opponent. It doesn't set up a field attack, so it's no problem at all. And there frankly wasn't a better place, I think, or no place where you could have accomplished a lot, but there is one actually. They could have taking away this ninja field attack. Yeah. And now they are down 25. Again, closing this would score 12 plus 6 for the road. 18, still down 7. With a shoddy piece in hand. Yeah, you're spot on there. They would have needed the rose, for example, to at least take a 6-point field. And now Steven even gets a dagger, at least one of them. Can just simply score 4 points and then on his last turn take the field either on the left or right side for 6 points. So that's 10 points, pushing the lead to 35, and that's just insurmountable. Yeah, quite likely. Yeah, completely. If blue had 2 meeples in hand, quite likely they would have taken this field earlier. And as predicted, yellow takes a field, uh, even in a more precise way, the one on the left side. So blue can't use like this, can't use this here, which would be a 9-point field. They can't even take the 6-point field on the right side. Their best move seems to be taking 3 points somewhere. I actually don't see anything better. Which is annoying, but doesn't matter in this game at least. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Just take your time as long as you're on the clock. Take a sip of water maybe, like I'll do now. And then you might be able to use this break to come refreshed into the second game and then force the decider. At least that's what I always hope, no matter who plays actually. Deciders are always nice. And sometimes when I'm viewing, I should have said, you're right. You are totally correct, of course. And he finds one of the gazillion 3-point moves at the bottom. In the end, 14 points. And yeah, it's this situation, which I'd like to check again because I was at least mentally absent for a few decisive seconds there. And then, of course, with 3 daggers still in the deck. Was it 3 or was it 2? Was 2 then okay. Yeah, right. This here was the first one in the middle. But still, 2 daggers in the deck, 75 chance, and it worked out in the end, but way too late. And I think the usual wait time with that many moves left should be rather around maybe 8 to 10 moves or so. So just bit of an unlucky draw. I can hear Kaika fast just fine. You can't? Oh, damn it. Ah. No, 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 no. I No, no, no. It's totally me because I just forgot to add something here on OBS, and you are not visible on screen. Nobody could hear you until now, and I still have not yet, not yet. I still have to correct it. Oh, damn it. Amateur hour here. I can't even commentate on the game. Yeah, it doesn't work if you are not no one no one is able to listen to you. Ah. Yeah, the problem was the link changed. It looks like the ID changed, and therefore we were neither. Yeah, and now they should be able to hear you, I hope. Let's talk
Hello.
again.
Oh, I can see myself on the stream. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm finally here.
Yeah, should have been a dead giveaway.
Hi, everyone. I was speaking to an audience which were in my mind there, but apparently they were imaginary. So
Yeah, no, they weren't imaginary. It's just that the only one who noticed or bothered to say something was my trusty or most trusty co-host, Glovia. Thanks, G. What a shame. My fault. Sorry, Kaika.
no problem.
So the only
No
good
problem.
thing here is, well, there's no good thing about it. No way to sugarcoat that. It's just serious
Nah, it's
blunder.
okay.
So
Yeah, I'm still talking to you, right? So that counts for something, right?
yeah, you're right. You're right. I just wonder what the others thought about me talking to someone and and then they aren't able to hear their answers. This here
Oh my
looks
gosh.
just like in the
Yeah, just like
first game.
before. Yes. But it's not
Yellow
as
going.
bad. Yeah, it's not as bad the first game. So um
No,
Steven
Juan,
Chang.
never think it was just you. Just say something if something is weird. I don't mind. I'm actually happy for any viewer to notice slip-ups. Be it on the technical side, like this, or of course on the Carcassonne side. When I miss something, when I mistakenly call this a horse, just let me know.
We have a bit of a farm game brewing here.
For sure. And
And
it's
an
9
attempt
points,
to
but
into
pretty open. So why not add a second farmer on the left? I actually like that. And also,
Do you agree with Blue's decision to place the farmer maybe before he got back his monastery meeples?
I mean, they had this road, which I think was unobstructed by then. And I mean, there are so many
Yes.
curves out there. Why not No.
We're having the same situation again as before.
I don't like that one bit. Maybe just take this here.
Yeah,
and
and
then
an indirect
try
defense after that. Yeah.
to not a straight, sorry, wrong piece. A curve like
Mm.
this, so only a dagger fits here, and then you could wait. Well, a curve doesn't work. Curve you'd use here. Anyway, point is, don't limit yourselves to a 50-50 if it's avoidable. And in this
he would
case,
have, yeah, I think he would have been able to. No, he would also be stuck to the same field monastery position, even if he did not close that, because Stephen gotten the dagger tile. So at least,
yeah, that's
yeah,
all fine and dandy, but Stephen gotten the dagger tile doesn't account for 2 of these daggers being out there. So there was only the one left in the deck to force this 50-50. But there were, of course, still, I think 3 Rotoritos plus 3 roses to immediately kill this square. But at 50 tiles, 6 for your opponent to immediately kill your 2 monasteries, which are at 16 points, or would then be at 16 points, versus the chance of getting something to directly liberate the one or protect both. I take that chance any day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a monster up top with 3 yellow and 2 blue heads. And blue has to attack it.
Yeah, definitely.
And the scoreboard favors yellow.
He got it.
Nice. And
Nice.
he got it.
Yeah.
And
but there's
now,
a nice road to be taken as well. Yeah.
The game is more or less tied until the road gets connected here. Then the tables will turn in yellow's favor. So maybe just take the road on the left side already.
Yeah.
And
Very
also,
greedy.
it's totally fine. And also point the curve to the right side. Don't make the field bigger than necessary. I think that's okay. Because
there's only one more field invasion platform, so blue definitely have to take advantage of that soon. I mean, there might be more down the road. No, there's two. There's two. Yeah.
First of one,
yeah.
There would have been this year, even if it's unlikely. But then there are these 2,
the
and
bottom one. Yeah.
we still have 30 tiles to go. So the point of this curve here is, if you get your hands on a straight and would have pointed the curve outwards, then blue, for example, would have attacked the road again and taken all this away from you with 2 tiles. This man. So Juan says blue is very lucky. Well, I don't know. I mean, in last game, they got their tile, but on their penultimate move, which was way too late, and if they were lucky, they would have gotten the dagger way earlier. Wow. Just wow. I mean, there was the second option on the right, and that's why Stephen didn't even bother killing this square. Instead, used the dagger over here to go to threaten this square and go for the kill there. Didn't get anything to kill it. Blue with the second straight in a row, and of course can't use the straight to defend. there would be this option. And actually, why not? There are still if you need the road Doritos elsewhere, you could only take the 2 roses, and with the roses you could score points somewhere else anyway. So blue just
I don't
opts
quite,
to take away this attack. Yeah, go.
I don't like that because the idea here is that he might still fail in attacking the upper rune, so he needs some sort of plan B, I would say, in case he fails up there. So maybe a farm invasion from the right is still possible.
Yeah, that's always the problem with farm invasions when the field is tight and the score as well. Do you kill them or don't you? And that here is exactly what yellow could have done with their rose. They opted not to go for this move because they still have an option on the right side. Juan, question, who's lucky? Might it be yellow in the end? Yeah.
I mean, it's still not too bad though for blue.
With a
It's still
simple
not too bad for
wow.
blue. Yeah.
No, it's actually not too bad for blue because they still have the 50-50 shot here and they are ahead by 1 point. So definitely a 50-50 for the win, plus any outs, any odds you have for just outscoring your opponent. For example, there is a juicy 5-point road to take with the last rose, but of course, yellow would love to draw the last remaining horse to claim these 5 points and also kill the square. En passant, more or less.
There is still a chance for a ninja invasion of a farmer from the right, but there is still 1 rose remaining, so maybe wait for that to come out and then we can
There's a
consider
chance at the bottom on the left side.
true also
Here, in some cases, might be an option, maybe even from up top. So we'll see. I think for now, both 1 meeple in hand. They just hope to score as much as they can. Quick points, of course. So can't really take this. No daggers left.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that he meeples that because a triple city would be ruining his day.
Exactly.
But he got the towel. Yeah.
Triple cities, 2 still out there, and only 4 caps to close this. So in this case, with this 50-50, I might just have killed this over here. So blue takes away, what is it, an option to take over the city again? Yeah, it is, because the rose would have worked in combination with the Dorito. This up top works as well because there's still a cow left. Like this here, for example. The problem is there are quite a lot of blocking tiles in this case. Both straight and the 2 remaining curves would at least kill the connection, not the square as is, as we were able to witness by yellow. Thank you, blue. Thank you, blue, for demonstrating this. So
the only way for yellow to come back is just to invade the farm, or would it be not enough?
It's not enough.
Yeah.
The difference is 21 points. The farm is at 18, if I'm not wrong. So that's complete utter crap by blue. there was no chance to attack the city there. There's no chance. I don't know what they are doing. I mean, defending their city, okay, but they don't have a meeple in hand. Okay, that's why they
what am I
didn't
talking
take the
about?
cap up top.
Yeah. Hold
Okay,
on.
okay. Then I have to retract all my words and eat them too. That's then, of course, completely fine. Else you would have given your opponent way more pieces to kill this square. For example, straight. Yeah. Thanks, Otto. You're too late. But hearing relax out of your mouth, sure nice. Let's think about your own words sometime. Okay. Yellow tries to...
I don't understand that move. Did he just complicate a farm invasion? But he does not have enough still.
Yeah, he needs the rose and then curve
and straight.
plus straight. There is another option which would be the rose plus straight and then curve or vanilla cap. So either this here or that one, and which would be extra nice because of this added a city. So therefore, Blue should just kill this, both the 5-point road as well as a possible field invasion, because he doesn't or shouldn't care about field invasion like that, as the lead is at 21 points. Yeah, okay. So some fun in the chat, and Otto might be right about that. The problem though, Otto, is I usually don't watch live streams anymore, actually. Streaming takes up so much time that I mostly prefer to rewatch streams later on 2 to 3 times speed. And he goes for the attack nonetheless, even though it wouldn't have worked out. Blue could have even just connected. Doesn't matter. So, our wish comes true. We'll get a decider. Let's rejoice.
And Blue even gets a meeple back, but wait, no, I don't think you even need to put that. Just drop it into the ruin, and it should be okay. Does not matter.
It doesn't matter. The ruin is tied. Scoring the 3 points over here would add a city to Yellow's farm, so it's a 0-point or net 0-point move anyway. And they don't have any other open features which they could add a point to. So again,
he's going to run out of
their time, just taking a break. Why not? Then it's maybe time for me to tell folks at least one sentence about you, which I actually looked up because I wasn't sure anymore where in which place you had finished last season's Champions League. So I was pretty sure you had either 3-1 wins or 2-3 match wins, and you weren't in the playoffs, but I'm not sure how close it was. And it turns out Kaika was able in his group to win the first 2 matches, even beat Posic, which is no small feat. And then sadly lost all 3 remaining matches to come in 4th in his group. And
fourth place.
If that's not just enough, his opponent in the 5th game was Crocodile Fundy, and both
Yes.
had 2 wins then, so he could have taken this one. And
Yes.
the situation wouldn't even have happened if Crocodile Fundy hadn't won on the 1st match day 2-0 versus Rabbit Rain, which is or might be the upset of the Champions League last season. And so tad unlucky, but you had it under control. You could have won and could have made the playoffs. So why don't you play this season?
Nah,
I
I'm
mean,
taking a short break right now from playing competitively.
okay.
I'm sort of considering to come back to maybe rejoin the Malaysian team next year for WTCOC. So we see how that will work out. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't join WTCOC this year either. So yeah.
Do you have a team to speak of? So organization, 8, 9, 10 players, or is it just you and 3 other folks who still have to recruit more people to even be able to play in the WTCOC?
We are definitely needing a lot more players, I feel, because a lot of our players are relatively new to the game. We do have
Okay.
some seasoned players, but every time WCOC comes about, right, we do have difficulty forming a full team. So which is why I think in the past, or maybe this year, I think we joined with only 8 players, but I wasn't in the team. So so we do have some very, very new players lah in the group, and they're
So it's
slowly finding their way
yeah.
in the game. Yeah.
So it's a bit like the situation maybe in Finland, Thailand, Vietnam, where you have one. Vietnam doesn't have a master, I think, but you at least
This one
have 1,
called
2,
Dutch.
3 pretty good players, and then over the years you have to recruit more, train them. Except you might not be on Otto's level yet, so this, of course, is always helpful if you have a great master there to train, so to speak, the young guns. 1 dagger is gone, 2 left for blue, and
We have the
again,
same
2
meeples
blue
hamster
monasteries.
position.
But this time, it's a
Yeah.
3rd meeple threatened there. I mean, oh well. And I don't get this. This here was there when blue got this here, right? Ah, damn it. Or not? I should have paid more attention. Sorry, folks. Just have to check here. Yeah, so blue.
It was a relatively early dagger.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
blue had
so
this open cap and then decided to add a
no,
second open cap on the left side.
the right one. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like the right dagger
Yeah.
was placed first, and then
Yeah.
after that he gotten the vanilla city cap, and he didn't close the city. Maybe he was playing by the 2 city cap rules or something, whereby he's aiming to get an extended tile.
Yeah, and Juan says it right again, and the luck. Come on, I mean,
Ooh.
that's rough. That's
But that's Carcassonne. That is Carcassonne, right?
that's usually my blurb here. It's Carcassonne. Yeah, definitely. Yellow closes the city, hopes to draw one of the big city tiles before blue gets anything to wreak havoc here, like forcing this square to the 1 quadruple city.
Might be a 50-50 for that city on the left, if for the quadruple city. Not anymore.
Sorry, Otto, I I'm not sure in which order these were placed. Yeah, it was this vanilla, right? I mean, after this one. So it's
Oh, yeah. Blue
unbelievable
was the
what
one.
blue played.
Blue was
They
the one.
placed this cap,
Yeah.
then this here, and
And that one.
yellow
Yeah.
attacked this, threatened this square, and blue decided to just calmly take 4 points. I don't get it.
Maybe he knows he's going to be getting the road monastery.
Yeah, must have a great crystal ball over there in yeah, it's on Czech Republic. I don't know.
But this is a very different position from previously, whereby if yellow gets the road monastery, he's gonna get that spot as well, right?
In this
contrast
case
to the earlier two games, yeah, he's releasing 2 meeples.
Yeah, and this time it's just the one here, and it's not even released, as there's still a square to fill. Yeah, Otto, that's the understatement of the year. He's having difficult time justifying that. Yeah, it's well worse, but come on, it's just insanity. I mean, at least he goes for the same setup again and again, expecting different results, and at least got different results. So not the definition of insanity, actually. And Juan talks about programming skills. I don't think there's any way. And at least I know a tiny bit about that. I mean, hacking is always a possibility, but I don't believe anyone who plays moves like that would have the necessary skills to hack into BGA. That I can't comprehend that, and it doesn't fit together at all. So yellow goes for compensation by creating a big city up top.
I mean,
Easy
yellow
to be
still
closed.
has yeah. Yellow still has.
No.
I mean, yellow is having a very. I was about to say that the field itself is very, very enclosed at this point in time. So
not really, not really.
There's one
I think
way.
the
Yeah, there's
best
that
option
only
for
way.
blue would be this here, and then
No.
there
Oh
will
yeah,
be
correct. Yeah. Correct. I didn't see that. Oh my gosh. I need to wear
there
even
will
more
be
glasses.
other options in the future. Yeah, you don't have to focus on ninjas that early with crossroads still in the game, but you have to at least account for them for later. So, for example, if yellow wouldn't need the horse up there, something like that would definitely be okay to threaten both the monastery and also maybe killing any hopes for blue to attack the field from this point here. Yellow goes for the completion, and it's totally annoying, but if you have still 2 left and are down 14 points, this might just be what you have to do. They don't. Let's see if blue gets to punish them.
Maybe a defensive play?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, blue defends their monastery square. Yellow calmly takes another city, doesn't bother indirectly defending over here, or directly for that matter, which would be bad because you already need the cows there. And that's why I really would have liked the rows here. This would have given you 3 cows for the left, 2 horses for the right city, and if you would be able to close both, it sure would have looked nice. This isn't gone yet, but blue has, at least currently, more meeples in hand. And there's still one splitter out there. So if the quadruple city hits, then someone might try to take this one over. Another
triple city is running out for yellow. Yeah.
Only one left.
The splitter reinvasion is less likely already at this point.
Yeah. Blue just more or less killed it. Critical tiles, of course. This one and Road Monastery. By the way, yellow set up a second option for the Road Monastery. At least I think yellow created these options here. Blue invades the field, tries to invade the field, which is risky business because exactly this year there was an easy re-attacking option, and no matter which of these two gets their hands on a Road Monastery, this yellow farmer will invade either through the bottom route or through the top route into yellow's field for now, and after both farmers connect, yellow's field again.
I think the field invasion by blue is maybe a bit too premature.
Yeah.
Perhaps to consider whether he gets the Road Monastery first. Because
the problem
he can
is
still get back a monastery, yeah.
If they get the cow, they have a clear path to a fieldless victory here. They are ahead by 7. Of course, the cow would swing the score in yellow's favor because right now it's 2 to 3 points. The cow is a shieldless one, so that would be 12 points for yellow plus 3 points for the field. So total of 14 points swing for yellow. And then you might need to attack the field, but still they only had 2 meeples in hand. They have their field on the left side, which they could have tried to expand it, or could still try.
Here's the Road Monastery. Oh. What?
Yeah, the problem is this square only 3 curves left, and they haven't filled it. And they didn't want to invite yellow into the main field, because if they happen to draw the second Road Monastery as well, then yellow is stuck. But at least yellow would have a 6, maybe 12-point field in the end, which they maybe could live with.
I think I might consider just to leave the field and just try to outscore yellow at this point.
Yeah, I sure would. I would even consider this here, just to remove one option for yellow to close this city, namely the rows won't fit anymore, and also take away something like that, which they wouldn't use actually, not with an open cap on the left side, so scratch that. You don't really need to place the curve there if you have no intention of filling that square anyway. Yeah. This more or less works the same, but the problem is you'd give back a possible easy to close 5-point road. Yeah, and Otto is right that he likes this one. If it were only one, it's a no-brainer. Then you'd never go here or there. That's for sure. With the second one, as we've discussed, especially with the prospect of yellow having a potentially 12-point field on the left side, field unification with which you score 10 points, plus give yourselves an option to rather easily liberate another of your meeples. It would be very easy to win fieldless here in this game, I think. Even if yellow gets their hands on the last cow. And therefore, this might be a missed chance, but we'll see how it turns out in the end. There's the cow for yellow. There's still this rose out there, so it's critical as well. In the monastery, of course, too. There's no way. Oh, the quadruple city has gone. Where is it? It's in blue's hands right now.
Yeah. So blue can develop his ruin freely.
The problem with developing the ruin is you create attacking options, which at 6, then 8 points you'd rather not do.
Oh, there it goes.
Especially when the score is close like that. And yeah, so it was 70 to 73. Yellow scored a 9-point monastery, and now they only netted 3 points with this one. The problem is, though, they had to do this because blue still threatened to tie the field on the right side. This square is dead. Is there any chance for blue? There is a ninja, 2 curves, or if needs must, the rose to tie the main field. Also options on the left side, of course. Also ninja options here. What do they have? They have a splitter. Well then, why not go over here for one of 2 remaining curves? There are still enough curvies to go over here. 2 crossroads, a dagger, a road Dorito as well. Sure, there'd be other options for yellow to attack. In addition to the one I sketched earlier, you'd add this one on the left, but I don't know what else you should do. When you're 6 points down, only a few tiles remaining, your opponent has a meeple more in hand than you have, and there are still options for them to take away or to tie an 8-point ruin. Yeah, Otto suggests adding the divider quite likely up top. Doesn't really matter. Like this? No, like this. Because then your opponent can't block this option. So field meeple here, 3 points, and then both caps for 7. 17 points total against 3 meeples and 6 points. This could work, but the chances of drawing both caps is slim, and at least my gut would say rather try to tie the field.
I mean, if he's hoping for the city caps, right, then yellow can attempt an invasion on the upper ruin. There's 2 Doritos left, but the sequence of tiles will be very specific. Actually, no, he can also do it with city caps.
Yeah,
Both
that's the
are
problem.
possible.
But
Yeah.
if you go for the field, then you don't care actually about the possible attack into your ruin, because then you hope to draw both caps anyway, and there would then only be the road Dorito, and as you've said, you'd have to hit the right order. So, but I think that's not good enough. But yeah.
Oh.
One curve in yellow's hands. Can they do anything about this attack?
Do you think that the attack using... Is it better to attack from the top part here or from the bottom part? Because there's a road on the top which
just a second.
probably yeah.
Which square do you mean?
7, -4. You invade the field from there. Would that be better with a curve road?
-4.
Yeah, because you risk a block like this with almost any tile from Steven, from yellow, if you attack from the top. He can do this. Yeah, it can still work. It can still work. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you are wasting more tiles here. 2 moves.
Yeah.
Instead of
And
one.
you need to
I mean,
invade
I
still
even
from the
suggested
bottom.
this one with acknowledging that there's a block available. I actually didn't see this. Just focus too much on the upper part of the board. Yeah, then I mean, this here would have the problem of an immediate block
Dorito. Yeah.
with the Dorito, but this chance
But that's
is
the only tile, right?
less than the
Yeah.
block from the top. You're right. And even if that were the case, you'd still have this option. Rather this way around. So yeah, you are right. This attack was better than the one chosen by blue.
Because he got in the road as well after that, so he could have just extended from the top. But I think at this point, blue needs, most probably is it game over? It's most likely game over.
I don't think it is actually. All 4 pieces left. Oh, sorry, I switched the colors accidentally. All 4 pieces left connect your farmer on the right side, and only one piece, the dagger, would block this one here. But you need the dagger or the crossroad to connect. So chances for blue are slim. They can't do anything about this situation. What they could do is exactly this: protect their small city against an invasion by yellow. So again, the field is still 18, right? Yeah. Then there's no way for yellow to outrun. No, wait a second. It's 15 points for blue because they already scored the 3 points. So yellow would need to score 10 points with their remaining moves to tie the game.
If he gets the rose, it's already 7 points there, right? 5
the rose
plus
would be
3,
7 points.
7 points. So he just needs something else. Like that. That'll work.
He goes for the rose over here.
Okay.
Majkls will... What?
Why?
Okay. Actually, that could work.
Okay, yeah.
Because
That's
yellow can't
7
close their
points.
city now. Yellow has to take these points, else no, they don't have to take the points, but maybe they should. Is there anything better than 7 points? I don't think.
There's a T-junction. He needs to count.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They have 3 meeples on the main field. Blue can only add 1 of their meeples to the main field, so taking the 7 points is a win.
Yeah. But he's 5 points behind. So is there a 5 point, no, 6 points with this move, which...
I don't know if the score is correct right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Let's count the regular way. So 51 for yellow. We have 3 over here. We have 21 for the field, and the players are too fast for me. 8 plus 4. What did I say? 12, 21, 33, 36, 51. No, the score must be right. So then it's a 1 point win for yellow. And we definitely have to check whether blue...
No, he threw the game, right? Yeah.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, blue had a 50-50. If they get their hands on this one here, instead of 4 points, they just score 5. Yellow definitely doesn't score 7. They would score the 4 points on the left, and blue would have won the game. And after this move,
it was a 50-50, yeah.
The connection with the dagger would have set them up for 50-50 as well, because once yellow hits this, they win. And if blue hits it, and they connect their second farmer, tie the main field, and win. So a curious way to set up the 50-50, but I think it's a 50-50 nonetheless.
Was it possible for yellow to win without reinvading the field, just by outscoring? Because we did count that it was a single digit difference, right? Even if the field invasion was successful.
I tell you what, I guess you still have time, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Then let's go to the replay, because it's way easier to check there than to mentally remove pieces from an already finished board. Starting player was Steven. Congratulations to Steven, by the way. Hard fought 3 games here. And
the starting player was blue, by the way, not Steven, but no.
Home player, sorry, I misspoke.
Home player.
It's just my tool is set up in a way that the player which is named first in a game, so in this here, Steven, I call this the home player, and that's always the side playing yellow. It's just set up that way. I mean, I could switch, as you've seen, with 1 click. That's no problem, but it's just easier to have yellow, to have the same player playing yellow in all 3 games. So let's move forward a few moves more. So we've discussed this one here and came to the conclusion that this attack was, or would have been, the better one. Maybe.
Yeah, you have 2 outs, right? You have the field Dorito as well, which can complete invasion if you go from the bottom.
Yeah, but maybe he set this up this way. No, with the intention of creating a hybrid approach. So a mix between the one Otto suggested, creating a field, and at the same time a field attack. But even if that were the thought behind that, then this year would have been better due to the possible obstructions of this square and this, of course. So I think that's settled. What did you say again? What did you want to check? Sorry,
I was wondering whether yellow can outscore blue by just letting go of the field
so you're
entirely.
thinking
Because if let's say blue completes
okay,
the field
let's
invasion on both sides, then if the rose was the last tile, then we just close the last city at the bottom and take the road.
yeah,
That might suffice.
it might. Let's take this curve, for example. Yellow could score 2 points with this curve. Also maybe even get this one back. They are at +7. The field was 18 points at this point, but blue would only net 15 if they'd successfully connect on the left and right side. It's tricky, but I think outscoring could have still been possible.
6 points, 18 points. He's around 11 points behind if he loses the field, but that will require blue to spend his last 2 of the last 4 tiles or 3 tiles.
Nah, blue
just
would
dragging the
only
field.
need 2 tiles if they don't
Yeah.
get well, tiles that don't work. For example, the field Dorito would be abysmal for blue, which they hit in the game. And if yellow loses the field at this point in time, they are at +7, then they would be at -8. If they use the curve over here for 2 points, it would be -6. With these 3 juicy tiles out there, this 4-point road on the right side.
And there's a rose as well.
City here, the rose scores you 7 points, as you said earlier.
It gives back a meeple to his opponent, so that might not be that good.
Yeah, might be annoying because you won't need the meeple back. Quite likely, blue, on the other hand, could use it productively. Also, if blue connects here, they might take 2 points on top. So it's definitely tricky. Let's check. This here might even be the wrong. It is the wrong orientation, by the way.
Yeah.
This way you only have the dagger and the Dorito to block. Like this would work as well.
Or was it to prevent a potential 2-farmer entry from that side? Because if, let's say, he gets a T-junction, he can basically bank on getting a dagger towards the end to join into farmer with his last tile.
Yeah, like this here. This would work, but it would work the same if the curve were reversed, just you had better chances to connect with 2 meeples. Yeah, well, what's the likelihood of blue drawing 3 out of these 4 tiles not getting this here? Because it's only in these cases where blue doesn't get the field Dorito where this matters. And the upside of this orientation would be a kill like that. This here kills like this. The crossroad kills. So everything but the field Dorito would immediately kill this square. And then with this, you also create this option, which you are way more likely to take, of course. Attack like this. In addition to this one, and of course, a ninja on the right side as well, and this attack. Boy. Is this really better? I don't think this is better. I think the other orientation would have been better. But I mean, your argument regarding the double attack is definitely valid, and this might be why yellow chose this one. Yeah, I actually can't answer that. So your original question, it's just too many permutations to get a good grasp, and too many options, quite frankly. This over here, this option, this one. Is there anything else we didn't consider? Well, there's one here as well, but yellow would quite likely use the rows on the right side. Well, depending on the status of the field Dorito, of course. Yes, so then are you still thinking about this exact move?
Yeah. I'm just curious on whether there was a different
no
way
problem.
to
It
win.
was
Yeah.
just the question whether we should skip to the next one, and actually think about blue's move here, because was this necessary would be my question, and I think it was. If they don't block this, and let's say, I don't know, score 4 points up top, we still would give them the dagger, for example, or the crossroad to connect. Let's use the dagger. But if yellow counterattacks over here, they only have the one chance to connect to the field again.
I think things would have worked out better maybe for blue if, again, as we said, that the splitter was placed at the bottom. At least it gives him the opportunity to build that field, and that's possible, I think.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That definitely was a given. I mean, we've talked about that earlier, just due to this limitation here. But in this case, I think just taking away this ruin up top for 4 points would kill all options of yellow to still outrun you somehow. I mean, if you don't, let's consider yellow getting the dagger and connecting. Plus, do they still have more moves? No, they only have the 2 moves, right? No. Yes, right? No?
2 moves, yeah.
Yeah. There are 4, and there's the 5th one, so this here is gone. Yeah, then yellow won't be able to outscore blue if blue connects to the field anyway. Okay, let's just skip to the next move. This is yellow. And yellow used this attacking approach, clearly going for the 50-50, which we know was a win. And I don't think there was anything better for them. Yeah, they couldn't block. And at this point in time, with +5, there was no chance to outrun blue, I think, right? Scoring 5 would be +10, and there's only a 4-point option. Or is there anything I missed?
A counter farm. A counter farm. Now I know. I think I guess the curve on the bottom now. It makes more sense now, because he can set up another field invasion. At next to 5/5, -5, -5. Would that be possible? No, not with this tile. Sorry, no, that does not work.
No, not with this one. Yeah, I guess this was the intention of putting the road piece to the left, the right side, so towards -5, -5.
Because if he gets any of the T junction, he can start a third invasion and just secure the farm and win that way.
Yeah,
right.
This here, which
And
I sketched
then
earlier.
the blue will not be able to, most probably won't be able to counter that, because he needs, it depends if he wants to join the field, or maybe that's why he goes to develop another city on his farm on the left. It's very hard to say. It's sometimes good, like I really wonder what's going on through, let's say, like Steven's mind, and also how do you pronounce his name? The blue player's mind when they're playing the game, so that we get more majkls. Okay.
I would just say majkls. Maybe it's majkls, but I think it's majkls. And if that's wrong, I mean, majkls, feel free to correct me. Let me know. I definitely would like to pronounce all names and nicknames, self-chosen names, whatever, correctly, but it's tricky with all the many languages. Yeah, but at least at this point in time, there wasn't any way for yellow to still outrun blue, which then begs the question whether this curve would have been better used over here. Then they would have 2 points. Well, yellow isn't really visible. 2 points extra would be 7 points ahead now. 5 would be 12. 4 would be 16, which would be enough to win the game in any case.
Yes.
But it, of course, hinges on blue drawing this Dorito here. Oh, well, that's one of those situations where I really would like to have a tool which would just pit all the permutations with all possible moves against each other and just spit out the one definitive solution, or maybe 2 if odds are the same. It's just there to solve an endgame like that. I once did solve an endgame with 5 pieces left, which was well, as complicated as this one. So not unsolvable, but definitely took a lot of time.
Yeah, I think, but regardless of whatever permutation they may be, it seems like I think it's pretty obvious that Steven has a better chance overall.
Yeah.
I would say to win the game.
I think
Yeah,
so.
maybe that one farmer at the bottom right could have been used elsewhere. Maybe could have won in the game in a different way. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we
yeah.
could go back to the monastery placement again.
Yes.
Let's just do that because it was a rather contentious move. Might be working. Let me check up the definition. Yeah, contentious works. Because at this point in time, we saw later on what happened once the fields were connected and how the effect on the scoreboard was. So at this point in time, Blue has a 3-point lead. There was still the threat of the cow looming again. Right now, this city is a +1 for yellow, and if the cow would land there, which it did in the game, I mean, it's a rather lousy city at 12 points for 6 tiles, no shields there. Totally annoying. So 12 points instead of 1 is 11 plus 3 for the field, would be a 14-point gain for yellow. So if Blue had added their monastery here, they'd score 10 points instantly.
13, because the farms are joined and there is one city which is shared.
I wanted to highlight this city because this one was on both fields. Now it's not anymore, and therefore this here would be a 13-point move for Blue, plus giving them the chance to get this monastery back as well. The bottom one still has Curve to liberate, and of course the second road monastery. And this here was unblockable. So yeah, I think I would have preferred that move, just to have the option of getting more meeples back, or easier way to get more meeples back and preserve the chances to outrun yellow's field here. And mind you, you might still be able to tie the field sometime, but with more meeples in hand, it's definitely easier to do that. For example, the easiest option for Blue would have been this one here. If the monastery hits, it quite likely would have been game over, and with only one meeple in hand, yellow might have problems. Just think of this here as being blocked, and can you really justify taking the 9 points if you let in another farmer of your opponent? It depends, would be my answer. So yeah,
I think I would have gone for the 9-point monastery move.
Yeah.
And then most probably I'll play a game of chicken with my opponent. Because if he wants to get back his meeple on his city on the bottom right, he needs to close it and he will still give me 3 points. And if he wants to take away my 3 points, then it gives me the other option to reinvade with a second meeple later down the road. So yeah. So I'll put the onus on my opponent to decide what to do. Yeah. Sorry.
I think Blue's chances would have been better if they had just taken the rather conventional approach of taking the 9-point monastery. I mean, it's meeple-wise, it's more or less the same, at least in the short term, because by using the monastery here, they've gained this meeple. If they would have meepled this monastery, they would have gotten this meeple back instantly. But in the long term, you'd still have these options. And I mean, you might get the top one back anyway, but you need the second monastery. And drawing 2 out of 3 curves is definitely easier than drawing a monastery and a curve, albeit only slightly. And the downside, I really don't see it. The downside of this here is minuscule. You prevent the 2 field option. So yeah, I'd rather go for the 9-point monastery. Just to keep it simpler, I think majkls was the one needing more time, so this would also help putting maybe more pressure on your opponent time-wise, maybe. Okay, I think we've analyzed this not to death, but almost. Was there anything in one of the earlier games we'd still need to take a second look? I actually don't remember.
I don't think so. I think that both the first and second game are relatively straightforward, whereby it seems like the winner was decided not by the last few tiles, but way earlier than the last few tiles.
Yeah,
So,
that's that was my impression as well, if I remember correctly. So again, Steven advances to the upper semifinals, where he'll meet the winner of Squalus and Loishi, and majkls will face the loser of said match in the lower round 1 next week. That's it for now. As I've said earlier, I will cover a game later. The protagonists, Kithara and MTU, haven't bothered so far to add their time date to the Google Sheet. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, whatever. I'll be live in 2 hours to stream this one. It's the quarterfinal in Q3, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, it's over here, and that's the quarterfinal. We'll talk about that later on. For now, there's still one thing. Kaika is a streamer himself, so check his profile. Maybe link it in the YouTube chat, or else I'll include, in addition, I'll include the link in the subscription as well. So do you...
sure.
Is it English, by the way? I haven't asked before.
It's English.
It's English. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
but my streams are not as high quality as yours. I mainly stream like Malaysian players games. Yeah.
Okay. So, you mean the content, not the production, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Both, very much both. Yeah.
Well,
I'll leave the streaming to you and Otto and Alexi. Right.
Yeah.
I'll just stream those, like, how to say, for the benefit of my teammates, whereby I give them another perspective. Yeah.
I mean that's not different to Otto, for example. He streams all Finnish games if he happens to have the time, or if he can make the time. In some cases, I think he would postpone other things just to be able to stream his comrades. And it definitely helps to have someone cover your games and point out your mistakes. And there's always a teaching moment waiting in the deck somewhere. So why not do that? I think it's great, and surely will help you creating a team and making that team or the players stronger. If you don't talk about games, how will you learn? Or as in a way, you'd have to analyze and talk about them, and have to get input from stronger players, of course. Else you won't learn as fast as you could. Okay, then that's it for now. Again, tune in 2 hours to watch these two big honchos going at each other, both top rated since yesterday in the 850s, 860s in MTU's case. It will definitely be a banger. So thanks, Kaika, again. I hope to see you soon as co-host as well, of course. It was really a pleasure. Thanks to everyone watching and for sticking until the end, which was quite long. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.